Since we started off this week on such a high note, I figured it was time to settle back in on the main focus of the channel, the fun. The enjoyment of the game, even the franchise as a whole. Which had me thinking of days gone by. I started thinking about the franchise as a whole when I was doing Monday's video, but after post, when I was engaging with the comments and the conversation on my Discord while we were playing, got me thinking even more. And no, it wasn't along the lines of how we had it made back then with the premium editions and then comparing them to the current live service. I mean, there was that in the discussions, but I was thinking of more along the lines of the depth of the content. It got me thinking about the Battlefield assignments versus the current challenges systems we have now. I had a ton of fun and pain with the old school assignments. There were so many shenanigans and tomfoolery trying to get those completed. And even though I feel, for the most part, the current Battle Pass and challenges systems currently in place is a bit of a rice cake, I still have fun doing them. Oh boy. Who remembers the Phantom Program assignment? Gather round, children! It's story time.
Yay!
Okay, so bear with me, alright? I want to paint a picture. And for those of you that don't want story time, go to the description and find the timestamp to skip ahead. I mean, that's there for a reason. Okay, so this was part of the legacy achievements in the game. It required weeks of dedication, specific skill sets across vehicles and infantry, and often forced you to play outside your comfort zone. The reward was the compound bow, and it was a status symbol. It meant you did the work. The Phantom Bow and the associated Phantom program was one of the most elaborate community Easter eggs in Battlefield's history. To unlock the Phantom Operative assignment and the bow itself within the original method, you had to complete 4 distinct phases of challenges, find hidden map items, and coordinate a 4-man team for an elevator ride on Hangar 21. It was awesome. It was involved. It was multimedia, and there was a lot of fun to be had. Something like the Phantom Bow Challenge will probably not be seen again in the game series under the current business model. When the Phantom program first launched, it was strictly a premium-only service. This was part of the whole idea behind Monday's video. To even start the assignment, you had to interact with a secret skull on the Battlelog website. If your account didn't have the premium tag, the skull wouldn't respond and you couldn't enter the passwords. And the challenge was a hurry-up-and-wait game. It could not be completed within a season or within 24 hours. It was spread out across all the DLC drops. The first phase was the Phantom Prospect. To start, you had to enter the password Bump in the Night into the Secret Skull area on the Battlelog leaderboard. Once initiated, you had some goals to complete. You had 200 assault rifle kills. Kills, not points. Kills. 200 battle tank kills. 300 meter longest headshot. Now, this didn't have to be a single headshot. You could add up the meters. Once you got to 300, you were done. And you knew you completed this round because you were rewarded the Phantom Dog Tag. Phase 2 was the Phantom Trainee. This stage was unlocked by entering the password Epic Dream Worlds on Battlelog. Then you had to go out and get 200 pistol kills, not points, 20 jet kills, and as a side note, I sucked at this. It took me forever to get those 20 kills because I suck as a pilot. And then you had to get 2 shotgun ribbons in a single round. Once finished, you were rewarded the Phantom Weapon Vehicle Camo. Then you get to Phase 3, the Phantom Initiate. You'd fire up Battlelog again and enter the password 243-44-241-893 on Battlelog. Off you went to get 200 LMG kills, 50 explosive kills, and 24 road kills. The reward was the Phantom Soldier camo. Now, the last phase, this was the Hangar 21 Elevator Challenge. Once the 3 assignments above were completed, you had to participate in a live coordinated event on the map Hangar 21. But there was a caveat. First, you had to find a final stand dog tag. You had to go find one of the 4 hidden dog tags which were in small little white boxes on the final stand map. And these maps included Operation Whiteout, Hammerhead, Giants of Corellia, or on Hangar 21. Then you had to coordinate the loadouts for yourself and 3 other players. One had to have the Phantom Dog Tag on one side, a Final Stand map dog tag on the other, and the Phantom Soldier camo, and somebody else had to have the weapon camo as your primary weapon. Then on Hangar 21, all 4 players had to enter the elevator way in the back of the hangar. Now, crucially, each player had to be wearing a different one of the 4 map dog tags for the elevator to activate. Once the elevator was activated, you descended into the vault. After descending, you would reach a force field. You had to enter the code 1290-429-397-648-970 on the keypad to disable it. Once inside, you picked up the Phantom Bow. But there was at least one task before you said hooray. To actually unlock the final Phantom Operative assignment, you had to jump on one of the server cabinets in the right of the room where you picked up the bow and interact with a set of secret papers. Once this was done, there was one final assignment, the Phantom Operative. You had to go get 200 Phantom Bow kills and 50 Phantom Bow headshots. And that reward was the Black Phantom Program Premium Dog Tag. Done. A great story filled with adventure throughout multiple DLC drops. Good times, good times. Or was it done? See, about a full year after Final Stand, everyone got Operation Outbreak, a free-for-all DLC. Here, DICE added a much simpler way for those who didn't want to do the grind, let alone pay for the premium. You could go to the community map, Operation Outbreak, go to the center of the map, I believe it was near Flag Charlie, and find a small wooden crate tucked away in a rocky crevice. You melee the crate, you experience the flashbang, and you could pick up the bow, which permanently unlocked it for your account. It also included all the arrow tips, where you had the broadhead, the poison, the explosive tips, etc. While non-premium players did eventually get the weapon, they could never complete the actual Phantom program. Non-premium players could not unlock the Phantom Operative assignments. They could not get the exclusive Black Phantom Dog Tag. They couldn't get the specialized Phantom Soldier camo, which was the carbon fiber look. So if you were a completionist who wanted the full operative status, you had to pay for the premium. If you just wanted to shoot people in the face with the bow, well, you eventually got it for free. Battlefield assignments of old were rich with depth and time to take to complete them. The Phantom program didn't have a time limit to complete. The Battlefield 6 challenges, though? A lot of these challenges are, to me, a series of checklist chores. They are designed for the player retention metrics rather than player growth. They feel like government work without the benefit. Just busy work meant to keep you in, and then I say this in air quotes, in the store ecosystem. Now, go back to when I mentioned about being a shitty pilot. The Phantom program required 20 kills. That doesn't seem like a lot, and I'm definitely sure it doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of the viewers of this video, and I'm sure there are players out there right now who could do this specific challenge in 2 or 3 rounds. Less than, probably. For me, though, I was better on the ground, but I was willing to suffer through 2-ish weeks of aiming for those 20 kills for a reward that I wanted. I told you I was a shitty pilot. The current challenges don't offer anything worth the suffering through I had just mentioned. This is where I will agree with the casualness of Battlefield 6 some commenters make. Before, I struggled with content to complete challenges. Now, I struggle with time to complete them, especially under seasonal content. I have a love-hate relationship with seasons. Overall, I don't mind them. I do kind of harumph at the time limit, but I am mindful that's par for the course of a season. So sure, write that down. I do at times agree with comments not indicative to the topics I cover. Just, most of the time, I don't agree for the same reasons. If I'm being honest, I did slump my shoulders and rolled my eyes at the aerial requirements for the Phantom program progression. But I rolled up my sleeves and eventually completed it. There was a ton of, shall we say, colorful language expressed, and expressed repeatedly while I worked through it. I had a ton of fun before doing it. Challenged any veteran or career sailor in expressive language, and then had a ton of fun afterwards. And once I had the bow, I had a rock and roll time using it. It was worth it. The challenges and assignments are now a bit more tame and contained in comparison. Sure, there's a few little nuggets of Easter eggs, but not at the scale or permanence at Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 levels. But we did suggest we were going to have fun regardless. The current challenges and assignments might be rice cakes compared to the meat and potatoes we used to get, but it's what we have right now. Most of these challenges can be completed just by simply playing the game. So many points as a specific class, so many kills or points using a specific weapon, so many completed victories of all modes or certain modes. Shit like that. I had one the other day that required, I think it was 10 shoddy kills, 3 headshot kills with a shoddy, and I think another 10 hip-fire shotgun kills. It was something like that. And I'm an average player, nowhere near American pro-level gaming. So, I did it the cheesy way. I did it in casual breakthrough. Was a lot less chaos to deal with, and no, I won't apologize for it. The mode is there for a reason, so I used it for a reason. For those of you new here, if that hurts your feelings, you're on the wrong channel. I was even squatted up later on that same day, and challenges were being completed left and right, just by playing the game naturally. I don't look at the grind of challenges so much as a huge mountain of oh my god. Once I've played a few rounds, it literally shows me the things I still have left that requires a little bit more focus. So, playing the game naturally tends to wash out the bulk of this list. DICE hasn't completely abandoned secrets or Easter eggs, but as I mentioned, they are much more constrained. We have dinosaur skulls and figurines spread out through various maps and modes. There's apparently a hidden room in the shooting range. This secret room is behind the door marked "Keep Door Closed." Players found that by going prone on a specific trash bin, they could peek inside. Currently, it's just containing a workbench and a gun rack. However, it's leading many to believe it's a teaser for a future Phantom-style weapon drop. This one may not count in the eyes of some, but RedSec has legendary spawns. On the RedSec map, there are exploration challenges like the Seal or Downtown. If you find the secret tunnels in these areas, legendary weapons like a unique machine gun or a specific rocket launcher spawn on the ground. It's not a permanent unlock like the Phantom Bow was, but it's a nod to those hidden loot mechanics. We also have campaign collectibles. There's still dinosaur figurines and dog tags hidden in missions like Always Faithful and The Rock, but these are standard achievements rather than a trophy like a dog tag that you actually get to collect. As much as I do lament the passing away of the premium service model, I do enjoy finding the Easter eggs and completing challenges through natural gameplay. And I find fun in helping others get them. My Rice Cake's opinion on challenges is not shared by some, and that's fine. I am in no way suggesting we just outright ignore them. And I'm also not suggesting that they might not be a pain in the ass to other players. I'm only saying that there are levels of fun and levels of achievement. And for some, getting 20 aerial kills was a giant pain in the ass. I'm very well aware of my skill level compared to others. I'm not the best Battlefield gamer alive, and I never claimed to be. I'm also not the worst. I'm somewhere in the middle, and I'm happy with that. If I'm to lament the differences here between what we used to get and what we have now, let me say this. A challenge like I described above that took us multiple maps, an external website, running around to clear an area so that we have 5 seconds of peace and quiet looking for white boxes, aerial kills, multiple weapons to kill players with, on and on. And then we get 200 points. Points! For vehicle damage repairs. 10 kills in enemy objectives in escalation. Travel 5,000 meters as a jet pilot. I mean, woohoo. It's not even close. Sure, we can argue about the hows and the whys, but I did that already on Monday. So we could continue that conversation there. That's not the point I'm making here. It's really whether we're looking for Easter eggs or trying to get opposing teammates to cooperate by sitting still for a moment so that you can land a shotgun headshot, or saying fuck it and holstering your weapon to whip out the defibs.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
To just do a revive marathon. There's a ton to do in this game and have fun doing it. So when the content gets a little long in the tooth and we wait for the new content to drop, what do you do to add fun and enjoyment to your game sessions? I mean, besides beaming players in the face. What challenges are legit challenges to you? Who else has their aerial challenges that they either can't quite get around or struggle more so than the usual stuff? I want to hear about them. Let me know in the comments below. You are indeed amongst friends here. Okay, so we're going to do a quick experiment here. For those of you who don't care about shoutouts, things going on with the channel, spotlights, and thank yous, now's your time to dip out. Sorry, this is where my usual viewer retention crashes. Like, who the fuck leaves before the credits roll? Okay, so here's the most important one. Guys, I spotlight veteran support groups every month. No, none of them sponsor me in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm a vet. My father was a vet. His father. Even his father's father. Same on my mother's side. There's a lot of vets in my family. So, even though I'm no longer in, I still support any way I can. From POW bracelets, flags, and stickers, to mentioning them here. This month, the month of January, it's Homes for Our Troops. I dropped the link of all these support groups in the video description for you to look at. They don't just build houses. They build specialty adapted custom homes for post 9/11 vets with severe injuries. It's about giving them their independence back in their own kitchen and bathroom, things others take for granted. I don't expect everyone to hop on these support groups every month, but I would ask you to consider to at least share the link on your own personal socials or in emails. Okay, the channels. Yes, channels. This is the gaming channel, the main channel. I have 2 others. Someone asked about the music you hear in the background, the intros and the outros and stuff that you hear throughout the commentary. I generate these tracks myself and I share them on 2 different channels, HBD Sound Labs and Troubleshooting Studios. If you like the music and want to check out what I've posted so far, the links of those channels are on the main page under YouTube Friends. If you can't find them, I also have the links of them in the video and channel descriptions. It might sound like a silly plug, but I've had enough people ask about the music, so I thought it was time to drop the info. Lastly, the thank yous and socials. On the screen now are the current members of the channel. These folks not only liked the videos and subscribed, they felt my channel was worthy enough of extra love. If you ever feel like the channel is at that level of deserving, check out the member section. Again, from the homepage. There is zero pressure to do so, but I have had some recently ask about further support. There's also a merch store, and the merch store front is on the main page. Again, there are no obligations to buy anything, but it is there for people who are interested in gear. I would like any of you interested to check it out and hit me with suggestions of items to add. I created gear I would use, and I know not everyone looks for the same things. So if you do check it out and want to see something there, hit me with it, and I'll see what I can do. One last thing, the links and shit. On the screen now is all the socials, platoons, cross-platform folks, direct links to the store, and other ways to support. Yes, I do have a Twitch, and I have streamed, but I don't do it very often, and I haven't done it in a while, and I'm still kind of new to it. So if you guys are interested in that kind of content, again, let me know. And at last, we get to this part of the show, the end credits. Thanks for watching, everyone. I do sincerely appreciate the views, the comments, and for all the subs. Without you, I really wouldn't be here. So, until the next one, out.